another week. Down but not out. Still in the game. Flash them things.
Chugging 11.
Yeah, I'll go this way now.
Oh, I go down up, I guess.
Yeah, that feels better. The pink.
Although, we get sort of a palindrome thing going on. It's symmetry. Split down Brent's face. And we do have a lot of symmetry going on now on the podcast.
This is the first time all of our facial hairs have matched in perfect harmony.
I just want to say, on a serious note, that you guys inspire me. Really.
That's what we're here for.
While you're sitting there in your ivory towers, counting my money, not letting my debit card work at 7-Eleven, whatever those things are, because you like making money off my cash reward card.
Boxes.
Yeah.
No, it's inside the 7-Eleven. I'm in there trying to get my Mike's Hard Lemonade. You won't let me have it, so maybe...
You gotta use the rewards card, it saves you money. We're just trying to save you money.
How does it save me money if I have to pay for it and then pay interest?
You don't have to pay interest if you pay it off.
Well, I do, but
yeah.
Jesus. You want it?
All right, this is going on way too long.
Yes.
Come see this man at Fort Eustis.
Yeah.
He'll hook you up.
Yes. Mr. Farewell over there on the side. Matt Welbrock.
Hello.
Here in the middle, also repping ODU with me tonight, as the Monarchs lead the Seahawks at the half by 3. Looking for their 3rd win of the season. Mr. Brent Wentworth.
Yeah.
Proud ODU alum.
Well, they might get their 3rd win tonight.
Yes. I'm Nathaniel Johnson. As stated, this is the 3 Up 3 Down podcast for the Raptor winter season.
Yeah, let's just start this over.
Yeah, nope.
No, let's just go with it.
We kicked off week 1 last Saturday on a blustery day at Gosnell's Hope Park. 6 games were on the docket.
Yeah, what was up with that, man? It's supposed to be like 70 degrees on Saturday. Like, that's what the forecast said on Thursday.
Again, I blame Scott Duncan. Every time he comes out and posts some weather updates, stuff goes south.
I definitely blame Scott for the weather.
And it was sunny up here in Yorktown. I didn't even wear any Under Armour long sleeves, and then I got down to the wintry conditions of Hampton, and it was just very tough times. My nipples were protruding like 2 meat thermometers in an oven.
Oh yeah, they were.
I didn't wear any underwear.
Yeah, but you know what? We didn't sign up for winter kickball expecting 70-degree weather. So if that's the worst it's going to get this season, we're in pretty good shape. But that's a good way to start out this winter 2013 season. Some good games on the slate. So we're going to talk about all of them. Some of them completely uninformed. But
yeah, thanks to you guys.
We're going to bullshit anyway.
Yep.
So, speaking of, let's talk about the first one. The situation, the reigning VA Peninsula Wednesday night fall champions coming over this side of the water again for Raptor, playing against PopUp.
I know a lot of hype coming into this game. Situation in the Winter League, we kind of put it on a different class than the spring and fall WAKA teams. But still, a title to defend in their own right, winning the fall season. And then PopUp, a newly formed team of a lot of Burning Bridges members and some
kick-ass guys.
Some kick-ass guys, and that's one way to put it. A lot of great, jolly individuals. So PopUp had a lot to prove coming into this game. So it was going to be a battle between them two teams.
And a battle it was. Situation ends up with the shutout and the win. 3-0 over PopUp. I know PopUp, like I said, formed of some veteran players, but also breaking in some new players. Situation, defense, playing tight early. They're somewhat new to the league. Probably a difficult pitcher to start your career off against there in Blake Calici for Situation. But PopUp's defense, holding a high-powered Situation attack to 3 runs, looks like they just couldn't get anything going. So maybe later in the season, a little rematch could be interesting here.
Yeah, I didn't hear a lot about this, but I did talk to a couple Situation guys at the bar, and I know they spoke highly of PopUp, so I think it's overall, not a bad debut for PopUp, although it didn't quite go the results the way they would want. But Situation, man, they're pretty freaking good. So holding them to 3 runs, that's something you can hang your hat on, I guess.
I think one thing going in with situation, you had a team that was pretty much coming back from last season. They were pretty much set in their roster. They brought on a couple of new
They
people.
brought on quite a few new people.
Quite a few new people.
Yeah.
This totally eliminates my argument of PopUp bringing in a couple of teams together.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because that's still, that's what we're going to see a lot in this season, is that all these teams, like whichever team is going to gel fastest, I think is the point you were going to.
Yes, allude to, is that I think PopUp, once they settle down, work out the chemistry kinks, tweak the lineup a little bit, that if this rematch does happen, it might be a different story.
That just points to perhaps the preparation that situation head coach LaSalle Blanks put in. So,
First one in the gym last week.
Hope that Alex Nocter was taking notes.
Oh,
Yep.
And
that's it.
Yeah, another shutout in the 1 o'clock hour.
That's why I'm drinking liquor.
That was Panic Attack making their Raptor debut against the Peninsula Pounders. The apparently only returning team from last year's winter season. Oh, the JFK as well. But one of 2 returning teams from last winter season. Panic Attack, pretty close game through 4.5 innings. It was 2-0. Broke it open there late. Some well-placed kicks, not a lot of mistakes on either side here. Certainly not by the Panic Attack defense in a shutout.
Oh, yeah.
But great kicks to drive in those runs, some things you couldn't do much about. And Pounders offense couldn't get much going. I take some personal blame for that as well.
Yeah, as do I. What can you say about Panic Attack? This is their first WAKA game. Their actual Twitter account, at PA Kickball on Twitter, tweeted out a couple days ago that this was their first WAKA game since the Founders Cup Finals of 2011. But they look like they sure haven't missed a beat, man. They were shut down defense, like you said. We couldn't get our offense going, and that's what ended up, and the fact they scored 5 runs, that ended up being the difference. So,
when you score 5 and your opponent scores 0, that will be the difference.
Yeah, it's a 5 different.
No, but it was a good game. We got out of the first inning, we shut them out, and then in the second inning, they got a couple runners on base, and then your boy Jason Jackham. What's it?
Jackham or whatever.
Apparently they just call him JJ, but JJ.
Oh, that's the easy way out, man.
Jackham, they should call him Triple J because there's like 3 J's.
Jason Jackham.
Yeah, he ended up kicking a real nice line drive straight up the middle, and I thought he was going to right field, and I was pitching, and it was like I threw the ball, and then I started peeling off to first base, and I see the ball just go right where I was, and it was one of those where it's like, if I would have just done my usual statue and just stood there, it would have come straight to me. But
it's kind of like a goalie on a free kick. You're going to dive right or left. If you would have just stood there, you would have caught the ball. Made him look like an idiot.
It was a great kick, though, and certainly, they have an offense that'll grind you down, man. It's like it never ends, and they're all skilled, they're all talented. It's just they're going to be a tough team to beat.
Just kind of off topic here to
please.
Because I didn't watch this game personally.
No.
Let's
there's
talk
anything about 3 up, 3 down. We stay on topic.
It's kind of on topic. I know. Panic Attack is here, and they're a circuit team. They're a traveling team, and so are the Pounders. And I'm sure, assume that you guys will be in the same tournaments coming against each other here.
Sure.
Fort Lauderdale. So both of you guys have been established. What would you say about this game as far as you guys getting ready for the travel season?
Well, I think it's one, Panic Attack's coming on. I talked to Trey, their catcher, and he was they're excited about playing in a league that's pretty competitive. That's one thing that they missed last year, so they're going to see a lot of preparation just from the reps of competitive ball. From our perspective, for the Pounders, I really love the way we play defense. They put up 5 on us, but overall, I feel like those were 5 earned runs. Like, we didn't give them any. We played pretty solid defense all afternoon, so I think there's a lot that we can look at and build on, from that foundation. So, good question. Good question.
Thank you.
And then a veritable avalanche of offense compared to the first 2 games.
Oh yeah.
In the third, Matt, your squad, beast mode, with an 8-6 win over the newly minted Bad News Beers.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to call them the Bad News Bears every time.
It's so close.
I might just do that.
The Newport News Beers.
Yeah.
The Newport News
Christopher
Bears.
Newport Beers.
I really like the name Newport News Beers.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild game. I was looking forward to Karen Savel's recap so I could see what happened. You got a combined
A lot of offense.
14 runs scored in this game, so I was looking forward to her recap to see what happened. And then her recap didn't really explain it, although it was entertaining. So what was the story around this game?
I'll do my best in my rum-induced recap that I can provide. And you know what I was really upset about was that I didn't get to see Michael Hastings or Jeff Lee at all for Bad News Beers. I did not see them in attendance. I was just singing their praises on the Lost episode. And you know, I shouted out to you guys. I was so glad to have y'all back, but I didn't get to see you guys. But I think it was.
They're not watching.
Yeah, no, they never do. Well, fuck you guys then. I think a lot of this was what I was alluding to in the first game with team chemistry. A lot of fresh faces playing, you know, with new teammates trying to get their bearings straight. So for the first couple innings, it was a lot of a shootout. A couple missed throws, lack of communication. I'd say, who am I going to remember my induced coma? Adam Henry had a nice line drive.
There are some good highlights. I love that diving catch by Merritts that Michael Wazinski.
With his GoPro. We were sponsored by GoPro.
Just
so
the helmet cam, just the first person shot of like David Merritts coming and just snagging it.
that's what was
his reaction, if I may. That he titles it "The Catch!" exclamation mark. And then I this would be the best part for me if I were wearing the GoPro. But he watches him make the catch. All right, good job.
Yeah. But that's the
best thing I've ever
That's the kind of
seen.
guy Merritts is, though. He shows up, he does what he needs to do.
No, this was Michael.
Yeah.
He's like, good job.
That's all Merritts needs, just a little pat on the back. He doesn't need confetti and praise.
That was all right.
Yeah. But, I mean, a couple of good plays, and now we're alluding on the videos. You know, Tiffany Morehart made a nice grab at second base to get out a base running Derek Patterson with a spot on throw by Miss Katie Lytle. And I really like the 1-2 punch we have with me and Nick Anderson at the pitch and helm. I think that's a combination to work with. But you know, Bad News Beers, they're a formidable foe. They have a lot of athletes on there. Troy had some good kicks in there. It's hard to throw him out on those fields. I mean, the grass is a little bit taller. The way they mow it, you got those shavings down in there, so it's really tough to get that stuff out of that thickness. But too much speed on that team. But I think if they put down a couple of those beers and pick up a couple of those kickball reps in practice, they'll be a team to be reckoned with in a couple of weeks.
All right.
Most reports out of the B&B camp is that they will not be putting down their beers.
Hey, that's fine. You know, we had beers and rum, so you know we beat them in both of their games.
Got rum
And
sprung.
drinking. Yeah, you don't
That's gonna be a
play
thing.
against us, man. George talking about me throwing meatballs. Look at George is throwing meatballs, getting the crap kicked out of him on that thing. You heard me, George. I thought you were really watching that.
Say George was a meatball.
Yeah, man.
Really.
Throwing them goblets.
So there you go. You both got rocked, actually. 14.
Wasn't boots
Oh,
anyone?
yeah. And the return, let's get that. The return of Brian Yon in full 100% fashion. Yeah, just good to see him back on the field. And the
silent beer claim.
Yeah. I appreciate the chemistry on pitcher and first base.
All right. Well, we'll be back.
We will be back.
Good stuff in the 1 o'clock games. We're going to come back, talk about the 2 o'clock games, you know, and then we'll see where it goes.
Previews.
All right.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.